So inside we've staged all our hardwoods about the house to displace the weight, get them acclimating so we can install them properly. Gas fireplace is in, that's installed, vented out the back. We have to do a little key valve on it and get some power to it and get gas to it. And then I can close up, start tile, do the hearth and the mantle. Pretty exciting to see it at this stage, considering it took us, I think we're at 6 months just to this point. So now we get into the finish, and that's when everybody gets really excited about it, because it just starts tidying everything up and looking done. Just because it was in so much state of chaos for that long. Once you start putting drywall up, that really makes the project pop for everybody, you know. It's all that beautiful stuff, all that 6 months of work gets covered up in 2 days, you know. Upstairs, watch your step. Tile's done in the one guest bath, so we're just waiting on cabinets and trim for this. Doors will go in once we install the wood floors and everything up here. I do love hardwoods. Oh, it'll be nice to have those nice full oak T&G. For most hardwoods, when they're like full on actual just wood hardwoods, you have to acclimate them to the house. You have to, you need to be sealed up. You need to have your windows in. You need to have your furnace going. Because of the moisture content, some guys won't even install until the furnace is going, everything's sealed up, and everything is at like all the same median moisture content. I don't know exactly what it's like below 11. I don't know if it's 11% or it's 0.11. But they're very specific about it, because you can get buckling and stuff like that after installation. This one, we're gonna it's all full hardwood, sanded out. We're gonna stain it and then seal it. So it'll be like a nice kind of dark Jacobian, I think is the name of the stain that they're gonna use. But that's gonna look real good throughout the house, all the way into the kitchen, all the way into the half bath, through the whole first floor, and then all the second floor. Basement's gonna get carpet. So that's gonna be exciting, because once that's done, we can start hanging doors and trim and really start buttoning things up. You don't need to follow me around while I'm doing this. This is just me thinking about stuff as I'm walking through the house. Yeah, let's go to the basement. Each stage has you got to get to a certain point, then you can start the next stage, I don't try to skip steps when I'm doing things, because a lot of times it comes back and bites you. You know, if you try to do one thing before another, there's always something that you can't account for that'll hose you in the end, sort of deal. So I try to just keep things yeah. Laundry room's got its tile in. HVAC is completely done except for gas. I just need some freaking gas. That's all I'm waiting for on the HVAC. That looks like a big mess in there. That's kind of fun to look at. We crammed a whole bunch of stuff into this house, especially because of all the structural. We really had to get creative with the HVAC to make things move around the whole house. We created a chase and had to put in a couple beams to get it to the upstairs. We had to do a false wall in the basement to run it over to the other side of the house because of the beams in the middle of the house that we had to put in. It's been a pretty creative process. A lot of heads kind of bounced off of that to make that work. So one little neat thing is, actually, you can see in here, this is a chase that we use to actually put in the HVAC to get it to the west side of the house. And there's a whole huge false wall here also that houses a bunch of the HVAC that's supplying the west side of the basement and the west side of the first floor. Yeah, and this runs into a crawl space and then is fed by the furnace, which is over on the south side of the house there, southeast corner. We did get our water heater in finally, found a home for it in the small mechanical room, because the amount of space the furnace itself takes up. We managed to get that vented and out the chimney all the way up. That was a pretty, what would you call that? I'm running out of euphemisms. That was a feat in itself, just getting the gas water heater to vent properly. I think eventually I actually I had set it up just in case, because I think they'll want to at some point do it on demand water heater, but I did put a section in the mechanical room for that, just in case, for future use and stuff like that. So, which is kind of nice, because since we have everything open, you might as well accommodate that if you can, sort of deal. So Yeah. And then you can kind of get a shot in here of all the stuff we've crammed into the crawl space. This has like everything inside of it. You can see that we're going to actually, the homeowners want us to sheetrock in this area. So I'm going to build a little wall with an access panel so we can get in here and insulate this and kind of close this up a little bit tighter. We do have like foundation vents that I'm going to have to do something with, and a little bit of more insulation that needs to occur. That's on the list. But as you can tell, there's been a lot of stuff has been stuffed into one little space there for this HVAC unit. I think it's a larger carrier than normal because of the size of the house, and it has to go up 3 stories. So they have a larger AC unit coming in also. It looks like a 3.2 ton, I think is what it is. Don't quote me on that.